Hello and welcome to the new episode of Inner English podcast. Today I'm gonna talk about your problem, your real problem, your real problem that stops you from improving in many things, including the English language. First of all, I know the title or the image seems to be a bit shocking or controversial, but actually, the last few weeks, I've met a lot of people who wanted to start taking an English course and wanting to improve their English, but it just seems to me that their main problem isn't about English itself. So why do I say you shouldn't learn English? Because it's not your real problem. Before starting to learn English, you should start fixing your real problem. And so what's your real problem? It differs from someone to another, but mainly a lot of people are having a problem with discipline. It's really hard to discipline yourself. Um, it's really hard to be consistent. You are easily distracted. You are easily um, distracted by many things, shattered between the social media and daily life and procrastination. That's one way to mention your real problem. What else? So a lot of people are not trusting the process. They don't trust any source of learning. They consume or try many available sources, and they are confused which one to try. They don't know which one. I would say anyone. If you choose any source of learning and continue to the end, you will improve a lot in your path. Um, Either it's learning English or anything else, but mainly we're speaking about improving your language. So, why do a lot of people don't like to continue until the end? Why are not they trusting the process? In my opinion, it's a psychological problem. It's not about English. It's they think English is a problem. So a lot of people come to me and they start or they want to start, but they are hesitated. They are not trusting me, either based on their own feelings or past experiences. They say I tried this and this and this the past few months and it didn't work out. I didn't feel I was progressing. Alright, maybe it's not about the teacher. Maybe it's not about the way of studying. Maybe it's your expectations that the languages actually can be improved in few weeks. Actually, I'd say languages are not improving in a few weeks. You are improving yourself in a few weeks to accept or to receive the language skills. How come? I'd say you become more flexible with receiving the information, the new information. You start accepting that you don't know some stuff, so you work on them. You start accepting the fact that it needs repetition to memorize some word or some sentence. It's not no one memorize everything from the beginning, from the first time. So that's a key. Not trusting the process also means that you want it not to succeed. A part of you wants an excuse. Why? Because it's a lot of work. If it succeeds, it's a lot of work. But if it fails, you will just relax and give up. So a little part of your brain wants it to fail, wants you to fail. Because yeah, repetition is boring, studying sometimes is boring. It's a lot of work, so it's easier to just mention some excuses and stop studying, or saying, or blaming the teachers, blaming the process, blaming the education system, whatever. So that's another point. So what should we do? I think what we should do is trying to learn building habits instead of trying to learn English. First of all, before starting to learn English, try to learn how to discipline yourself. Try to build the habit of learning. Try to build the habit of choosing the right time to study. To study in the morning, you have to wake up in the morning. If you decided that you will study at a specific time, you will need to prepare yourself to be free at that time. It's a basic logic. What else? Some things help with the studying, and some things don't go well with the studying. For example, if you decided that you are going to learn English at the end of the day before sleeping, that's, in my opinion, that's a bad idea, because your brain is consumed. You need to rest. Your brain needs to rest. Your body needs to rest. It's not a good idea. On the contrary, if you decided to start studying or learning English at the beginning of the day before going to work, or before going to university, or in the middle of the day, that's a reasonable idea. What else? Probably, I would say, go with the original plan. You bring a pen and paper, you decide your to-do list, you decide what will you do at the end of the day, through your day, at the beginning of the day. Try to stick to the plan. Don't keep changing it over and over and over. It's not about the sources, it's about sticking to your own plan, sticking to your habits, making your plan valuable. You want to tell your brain that if you decided something, you will continue until you do it, until you achieve it. So I see a lot of people are trying desperately to learn English, but they don't even have the skill of learning, the skill of patience, the skill of having the right mentality to study. A lot of people think it's hard the language is hard, or actually just focusing is hard. And to focus, you need to have a clear mind, and to have a clear mind, you know what to do. You need to be fresh in the morning, or you need to work out, do some exercise, go to the gym. After that, you will have clear mind. You maybe, if you do some meditation, you will be ready for a studying session. Your brain will be ready for a studying session. Don't just skip your sleeping schedule just to study. That doesn't make sense. How will you be able to study if you didn't sleep well? So it's not about learning English. It's about preparing the atmosphere, preparing the environment, preparing yourself, your brain, for accepting the new information in the best possible outcome, in the best possible way. by allowing everything to help you with your plan. So, and when you build this kind of habit, when you build consistency, magic will happen by itself. When you build this plan and the habit of studying every day, you will notice that it's not hard anymore to learn, it's not hard anymore to feel the progress. And time, the more time passes, you will feel actually better and better in the language. So let me show you my progress in French after building the habit of learning French every day for 2 years. Let me read some passage in French just to motivate you, just to tell you that magic happens. When I started learning French, actually, I didn't think at all that I will be able to uh, speak French or read in French or anything. But magic happens when you are willing to be consistent. So let me read this passage. Comment conserver vos habitudes sur la bonne voie? Un système de suivi des habitudes est un moyen simple de savoir si vous avez ou non pris une habitude. Le format le plus simple consiste à utiliser un calendrier et à rayer tous les jours au cours desquels vous appliquez votre routine. Par exemple, si vous méditez le lundi, le mercredi et le vendredi, vous devez cocher chacun de ces jours. Au fil du temps, vous enregistrez vos séries d'habitudes sur le calendrier. D'un nombre probable, this word is hard, d'innombrables personnes ont déjà mis en place des processus de suivi de leurs habitudes, mais le plus célèbre est sans doute Benjamin Franklin. À partir de ses 20 ans, Franklin emportait partout avec lui un petit carnet qu'il utilisait pour suivre 13 qualités personnelles. Cette liste comprenait des objectifs tels que ne perdre pas ton temps, sois toujours engagé dans quelque chose d'utile et évite les bavardages inutiles. À la fin de chaque journée, Franklin ouvrait son carnet et notait sa progression. Well, that's only something to motivate you. That right now I'm being able to learn French, to read in French after a lot of progress, after a lot of trying, after a lot of consistency. So why not just try to work on yourself instead of working on your English only? Just try to improve in general and build the atmosphere for your own success.